What's going on, everybody? We now have our first post-launch content update. This is super exciting, although it is mainly housekeeping stuff. This is one of two for the month. The later update in later July is going to be much more of the content, the actual content within the game. But it is nice to see what we got here today, or at least in 16 hours when the Battle Pass ends. And we got some more information about how the Battle Pass points will transfer over, or rather not transfer over. I'll go over that a little bit later. So here we are. The first thing up is we're going to go over this very briefly. Season 2 Battle Pass. I want to mention it's going to be very similar to the Battle Pass we have now. But we also have a new cosmetic. Now, if you are interested in changing your class later on this month, I would recommend you holding off on claiming the cosmetic, because if you change classes, I'm not sure if the cosmetic transfers with you or if it is a class-bound type of cosmetic. This being said, I would highly recommend you save it. I'm again not sure how that will transfer, and it looks like the cosmetic may be pretty cool. All the cosmetics in this game are pretty cool, actually. So Season 2 Battle Pass will begin on July 7th, 3 a.m. server time, and 40 ranks, very similar to what we have now. And of course, we have the Empowered Battle Pass that will give you access to the cosmetics, like I mentioned, and a bunch of extra rewards. If you were to purchase one thing in this game, this is what I'd recommend buying. Honestly, this is what I would consider the optimal way to play the game, is consider Battle Pass a subscription fee and then just buy that and kind of do that every month. And that's kind of how I would play generally if I was just trying to play casually and enjoy the game. Next up, we have Vitath. We've already done this. It's in the game. Nothing too new there. The third thing is the Hungry Moon Weekend event. This seems very, very interesting. It is going to happen from July 15th to July 18th between those resets. And it looks like we are going to have to go to the Darkwood and earn moon slivers, which can be traded in for blessings. And then you'll get a bunch of rewards, it turns out. This looks fun. This looks interesting. It'll be a little bit more new area that no one really goes to all that often. So exciting to see what's going to happen then. Really no more information than that. I imagine there's going to be at least a singular legendary crest as a reward. I hope that there is repeatable legendary crests that you can earn as long as you invest a lot of time in. That would be a really, really amazing event, and definitely would bring in, I think, a lot of revenue as well as a lot of active players. Then we have what's to come. There's just going to be a bunch of things, class change, additional new content later on this month. So this is what we're really looking forward to. This is what I will consider the first patch. This is sort of like a housekeeping update in my opinion. Then we have a few balance changes. Arcane Wind Legendary, and Lightning Nova, all that stuff for the Wizard is going to be buffed, and the range is going to increase. So very, very cool there. I don't think these skills are particularly important, at least from one of my Wizard companions over here in Aftershock United. I've talked to them and they don't seem very impressed by the buffs. Then we have the Monk. This is Exploding Palm. I actually have an alternate Monk. I am not impressed by these buffs. I think that Wizard and Monk are actually quite strong in terms of PvP. In PvE, I do think that they are a little bit weaker, specifically the Monk. And I don't think that the initial damage from Exploding Palm is really going to change a whole lot. I do think that the Wizard gets a little nice, at least extra options that you could do in terms of charging up and dealing damage from these three skills. So not super impressed by these buffs. I don't think it's really going to change a whole lot for the balance changes. And we were kind of teased that the Necromancer was going to get buffed, so I'm glad that they didn't, because I think the Necromancer is crazy, crazy strong. Then we have the bug fixes. Looks like they adjusted Library and Mount Zaven for some random farms. I'm not sure which ones. I believe this is going to be the room one in Library, the room farm where you can kind of sit around and do nothing. Mount Zaven, I'm not quite sure. I'll have to go test that. And just the way auto-targeting works, cool. Just a bunch of bug fixes. I'm not going to read through all these. There's a ton of them. I'm glad that there's a ton of bug fixes here. There is a lot that I'm actually excited about in this area. If you're curious, you can go ahead and read it. I will leave the link to this website and the post overall in the description down below. So that is the first patch. Let me know what you all think about it. One other thing I want to note in this is that you definitely want to claim your battle pass. I'm not sure if I have the mail anymore. Nope, this is just forgotten items, but they sent out a mail recently in the game talking about, hey, we will be resetting the battle pass, so claim all your battle pass points. It looks like it will not transfer over, so definitely go ahead and do that. At least attempt to max out the battle pass as much as you possibly can for you to finish off and get as much experience as possible. I know I recommended a few options before, saying that you may be able to go ahead and, you know, slide into the new battle pass with some extra points, but, you know, don't do that. It's not going to work. So there you have it. Let me know what you think about the patch. Let me know if you're excited about later on this month, and I will see you for the next video.